Happy Halloween! Ain't that right, Frederico? Oh, happy Halloween! Ha 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 ha!
Hi everybody, how are you going? Hope you're doing well. Of course, welcome to Lee Learns. I am Lee, your host, and today we're going to be going over something very creepy and spooky. It is, of course, Halloween, so it's that time of the year. Um, so in Australia, where I live, in the last 5 years or so, it has become very, very popular. So today we're going to go through a little bit about it, about its history. And if you could, please like, share, subscribe, and make sure you click that notification bell to get all the notifications. Thank you. All right, let's get to it. I'm just going to share this. So, Halloween. Looking at it. Ah, so the tradition originated with the ancient Celtic festival, Celtic, thinking of the basketball team, Festival of Samhain, when people would light bonfires and wear costumes to ward off ghosts. So, hang on, is it pronounced Samhain or is it? I'm sure somebody told me that it's pronounced something else. I'm pretty sure. I'm actually going to find out about that. All right, I'll get in here and try this one. And we won't be doing that because I'm not paying for that. All right.
We are looking at how to pronounce the name of this Gaelic festival, marking the end of the harvest season and the beginning of winter or darker half of the year. How do you go about pronouncing it? Samhain. You don't want to
Samhain.
stress on the first syllable, the sa syllable. The M
Samhain.
in the middle, well, is kind of silent. Do not worry about it. Just say Samhain.
Samhain. All right. So I was wrong in saying Samhain. But does that mean that like the band Samhain, anybody hear about that? Does that mean that they are now Samhain, or is that Samhain? Say it would be Samhain, right? Like I guess it would be. We call their band Samhain. It's got nothing to do with anything. All right. So Halloween, contraction of All Hallows Eve, a holiday observed on October 31st. Celebration marks the day before the Western Christian feast of All Saints. It initiates the season of All Hallowtide, which lasts 3 days and concludes with All Souls Day. All right. Let's see. All right, so during the Samhain festival, the souls of those who had died were believed to return to visit their homes, and those who had died during the year were believed to journey to the other world. People set bonfires on hilltops for relighting their hearth fires for the winter and frighten away evil spirits, and they sometimes wore masks and other disguises to avoid being recognized by ghosts thought to be present. Here's a question. If you put on a mask, a ghost would still know who you are, right? Like if you put on a mask, they're gonna know. I don't know. Is that just me? I don't know. It was in those ways that beings such as witches, hobgoblins, fairies, and demons came to be associated with the day. Okay, favorable for divination on matters such as marriage, health, and death. Okay, that's interesting. And this whole thing about know that there was something I've read before. Yeah, there it is. I was going to talk about the candy. Halloween is commonly associated with a number of activities. One is the practice of pulling usually harmless pranks. Celebrants wear masks and costumes for parties and for trick-or-treating, thought to have derived from the British practice of allowing the poor to beg for food called soul cakes. Trick-or-treaters go from house to house with the threat that they will pull a trick if they do not receive a treat, usually candy. Halloween parties often include games such as bobbing for apples. Never had seen or heard anything about that. Perhaps derived from a Roman celebration of Pomona. Since the mid-20th century, the United Nations Children's Fund has attempted to make the collection of money for its programs a part of Halloween. Well, of course, because demographic there is kids, that makes sense. You wouldn't do, I don't know, insert your thing there. You wouldn't, it makes sense if it's kids getting candy, you know, why not have a children's fund? Wow. Just interesting how some of these things come to be. It has become, it's quite popular in the States, of course. But a lot of people always say, oh, it's an American thing. Well, it didn't start in America. That's number one. And I think that's when I was a kid, I remember a lot of people said, oh, we don't celebrate that here because it's American. And it's not the case at all. So yeah, the history of Halloween dates back to a pagan festival called Samhain. Samhain. See, I got that right. Just going to stop sharing. Wow. Yeah, so that's something a bit didn't learn about. I didn't know that about Halloween. So it's something that I've learned. I'm kind of interested actually in anybody in particular who lives in Australia. Question I've sort of been thinking about is, what do you think it's gained in popularity here? Do you think it's just, you know, maybe the parents who were kids back in the day, they sort of were always left out of it and felt like they should have been included, and therefore they've sort of made steps to make sure that their kids were included? Do you think it could be a marketing thing, that somebody at one of these candy factories or something decided, hey, we could actually really get this market here? Could it be both? Could it be the desire mixed with somebody marketing it? It could be the third one, but I don't know. I could be wrong about that. But I'm really looking forward to Halloween this year. And yeah, I would just like to know your thoughts on it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Yeah, I think that does it for today. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click the notification button, and I'll catch you later on. All right, thanks. Bye. Happy Halloween.